Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is another episode of Monday Market Update, and specifically in this episode, we are going to talk about the fact that I think pretty much everyone knows is that the market the interest rate has increased since the last federal increase in interest rate, right? Basically, the interest rate already increased, and I go through over briefly about the interest rate right now is about 6.29. So I just want to go over some information about what happened has since then, and what is kind of what are some kind of impact that could potentially due to the market as of right now. Okay, so let's dive into some of the number, and we can go over that very quickly. First of all, let's before we're talking about the interest rate and the impact of it to the market, let's talk some of the number of the market right now. As of right now, as of today, the active listing on the market is 22,635. That is actually another increase compared to the last month where they only have about 21,900. Okay, so it's another increase in active listing. As we know, that is kind of the trend in the current market right now. But as you can see right now, it's only a couple there's the very small amount of increase nowadays. Okay, it's not a crazy amount of new listing on the market anymore. The next one is the pending. The one that under contract is about 8,393. This is a decrease about 400 compared to last month. Is 8,778. The average days on the market for a property to go under contract is 45 days on the market. And the median sale price is about 436. This is a decrease compared to last week number is about 440. So, okay, so we still see a decrease in the price as of today in today's market, but much slower pace. And we're gonna look through that as a whole later on today as well. The comfort market index about 104.7. This is indicating that the market is in the balanced condition, meaning but between the buyers and the seller, there are equal negotiation power between the two parties in today's market. Okay, now let's go right into the market increase. Okay, the market rate. As you know, here's the interest rate as of today. Okay, this is as of last week on Friday. So 6.29. As a lot of you know, this has been because sorry, too many things going on. Okay, the 6.29 is as of September 22. This is require you to pay some money for the points as well. Okay, so if you don't pay anything, it could be even higher, and this is for primary. So if you are investor, this number could be even go higher than that. Okay, so we know that the interest rate is higher. So what is happening with the Dow trend? So let's look at this number right here. Obviously, you see, and the orange part right here is showing the number 2022. Okay, so this is an accepted. Sorry, this goes somewhere. Okay, this is a new accepted contract. New accepted contract. As you see here, we see a Dow trend, and lower and lower, right? So obviously, we can see that as an interest rate goes higher, we can tell that the demand is going down, right? The new accepted contract goes down. However, though, we still believe that the demand is still there. It just buyers are still waiting for the interest rate to go lower so that they can act. One of the example is that if you're looking at this period right here, right around week 28, right, which is about July, middle of July, right, there's a small decrease in interest rate. There's a small decrease in interest rate right here, and we can see right away that there's a demand go higher, right? There's a more number of new accepted contract go higher. So you can see that the demand is still there. They're just waiting for the interest rate to go lower a little bit, and they can jump in right away. So that's very we can see that the evidence is right there, right? Because now that show there's not going to be a crash, because it's just a slow in the demand right now. The current market condition, we don't foresee any big crash happening. at this time. And obviously, this is just a slowdown in the demand because of the higher interest rate, because people are familiar with the 3, the 4%, the 2% interest rate, right? Now they have to pay 6, 7. So every time we hear about the interest rate nowadays, it's a crazy amount number. And for that reason, that people are scared. People are scared about the interest rate right now. We worry about paying too much, too high. Okay. So what about, some of you may ask, okay, Long, you've been saying that it is not a market crash. So why do you see a lot of reduced price, right? Reduced price of the listing, right? So a couple of months ago. Okay. So why there are a lot of reduce in price? Now, one of the reason emphasize is that a lot of reduction in price for the last couple of weeks is mainly because of the investor, and specifically the iBuyer group, the group of the iBuyer Open Door Offer Pad, right? They acquired a lot of houses during Q1 and Q2 of 2022, and they are not in the business of holding the property, right? So if they are institutional buyers, they can hold the property and then rent it out for cheap price. But they are not in that period, right? And for that reason, because they having a lot of inventory in hand, they don't know what to do. The best way to encourage people to buy is to reduce price. So they reduce the price significantly for that reason, to get rid of the property, get rid of the inventory. So they even also offer like the additional $3,500 additional commission for the agent that can help them with a property sell a property for them within a specific time frame. But however, though, that is only happening during June and July. Nowadays, not even the iBuyer, not even the Open Door Offer Pad, they do not have a lot of significant price reduction, but also they don't give away free additional bonus commission as well. So that means they are more calm in this market already, right? So they no longer consider price reduction is the necessary way to do so. In the other hand, if you are looking at the number of new listing coming onto the market, as you see here, the blue bar, right? So if you get rid of everything else, and if we're only looking at the 2021, 2022 number, right? You see the number of new listing is actually less than the number of 2021, right? So there's not a lot of people selling their house nowadays as well. Not a lot of people selling now their house, because here's the thing, there's no rush for them to sell. There's no reason that they have to sell. Back in 2008 and 2009, if you remember, like a lot of you remember, there's a lot of price reduction, and then the market go 50%, 40% lower than it was before. At this time of the year, the seller doesn't have to sell, because number one, they have such a low interest rate for the last, if they bought the house for the last 2 years, right? Secondly, the amount of equity that they gain for the last 2 years is significant. So they don't want to get rid of the low interest rate. They don't want to give up the equity. Therefore, and then there's no real reason for them to sell, and therefore there's no one selling anymore. So as you see here, this is a really good signal, indicates that there's no crash at all, because we only have crash. Well, we do have a slow in the demand for sure, because of the interest rate goes higher. But whether it's a crash or not really depend on the number of supply. If we have a lot, the abundance number of new supply onto the market, then we're gonna have a problem, right? Because when there is a lot of one thing on the market, the price has to go down. In this situation, we see that the trend is actually going down. So as the new number of listing going down, we don't foresee that there's gonna be a lot of houses available on the market, right? So this time, this is very good news for the homeowners. This is a very good news for the investors, right? Because obviously you're not going to be in a situation that you have to rush selling your house. and the market is less likely to crash because of what we are observing today. All right, so that is what the impact of the interest rate in current market. Obviously, you see the demand is slower because some of them not even qualify. Some of them, they do not want to pay interest rate high, so demand definitely decrease. However, though, the supply, we can see that the number of new listing is no longer crazy amount onto the market anymore, as you see in the weeks 15 to week 18 of the month, when there's a lot of open doors and offer pad, they want to get rid of those property, right? We don't see that anymore. So the number of new listing coming onto the market has been slowed down. So that is what's happening in today's market. And my name is Longkley. If you do have any question, please contact me. My cell phone number 602-515-2442. Thank you. Bye-bye.